Welcome to Fear the Walking Dead After Show here at thestream.tv. I'm your host, Sue Castillo.
And I'm Michael Tiberi. And it breaks my heart to say this, but Sue Stradamus last week made a prediction about who would possibly be passing away in this next episode. And she did say Griselda Salazar. And, you know, there was that moment where that tower was coming crashing down and Griselda was not getting out of the way. And I was like, damn it, Sue, like in my mind, because I contradicted her, was like, how is this happening? She is right again. You know, although Griselda did not die. We're not, you know, she didn't die. We know that, but she's getting close. Like, she's living on borrowed time. And I think that was, you know, now I am formally switching my my opinion on this subject, that I do think Griselda is not going to make it any further due to this last week's episode.
Yeah, I mean, I did make the prediction that Griselda was clearly going to die. I've really not seen any show ever use a character that doesn't speak any English for the duration of a season. So I was like, that was my deciding factor on why she was going to eat it. And then when she got injured, I was just like, oh, yes, vindication is mine.
In slow motion, when that tower was falling, Sue was rising up on her couch, just like cheering.
I was like Rocky Balboa at the steps. But I still feel, even though Griselda didn't die in this episode, my prediction is still that Griselda is going to die. Whether it's in this next episode or not, even though the military intervening at the end kind of gives us, the audience, this hope that, oh, well, there's military doctors, they'll be able to treat her. I still feel, though, that she's going to meet her demise. If it ain't over that foot, it's something else, but she's definitely gonna die.
I agree. And then next, you know, what happens when you're coming down from a drug high? I think we have to really address what's going to be going on with Nick here.
Oh,
you know?
Yeah.
Because he's still coming off of this, you know, this heroin high that he was on, and now he's having to cope with the reality of things going on around him, which almost seemed probably equivalent to his altered state of reality that was on, you know, when he was on heroin.
Yeah.
So
definitely. I mean, we made a prediction that Alicia was going to be very problematic, and then, you know, kind of getting button hooked by the situation with the military involvement and Griselda needing painkillers because of her foot, you know, her foot being injured, and then Madison giving them that medication. What's Nick going to do? That's why he was trying to do that, you know, breaking and entering job at the end and failed. But I really feel like the prediction is Nick is so selfish in what he said about, well, she's not family. That selfish addictionness junkie aspect of him is going to rear up, and it's going to get ugly, especially if they're taken to a safe haven compound by the military. This dude is either going to get thrown in the brig or he's going to get thrown out on the street. One of the two.
Yeah, he will do what it takes to probably get some drugs later. You know, to score something.
Pretty much. Yeah. He'll snort anthrax. I'm sure of it. And then. You know, I remember seeing the airplane, and everybody's talking about that. It's very clear that is going to be a standalone segment. That's why we keep getting that foreshadowing of those events. But my other prediction, I feel that there's going to be some knowledge dropped about Daniel, his backstory.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah,
there's some underlying. You think that there's something about him that we don't know, that why he's kind of a little bit broken.
Yeah, because when they were talking about whether to join the Travis clan or not, Daniel had made a comment about a cousin was going to pick him up. Ophelia then countered that and said, "You told us the only family we had was back in El Salvador, and they're all dead.
Right.
So there is no cousin." And then that made me wonder, what happened to every single Salazar family member in El Salvador then? That's a very shady backstory about Daniel that I feel like we're going to start seeing hints of it. And you know what? Maybe he was running from the cartel and he was trying to protect his wife and his daughter.
Our own Pablo Escobar.
Yeah.
And my prediction is that I think there's going to be some sort of showdown between Madison and Liza. Like, I think, you know, there's going to be some sort of I really do think there's going to be some sort of moment where Travis has to choose between saving Madison and saving Liza. I don't think either of them are necessarily going to be in death situations, but he is going to kind of, in one way or another, have to pick one over the other. And I think that he's going to choose Liza. I think that he's gonna choose his original wife,
What?
go back to his roots,
What?
and he's gonna make some sort of choice that's gonna piss off Madison, and then Madison's gonna get upset. And you know what I mean? Like, I think there's gonna really be some sort of clash. Sue thinks I'm crazy, which, you know, she was right last week, but maybe I'll have this one.
Okay, I've got two things for that. First of all, if you got an iPhone 6 or 7 or whatever the new daggone thing is, you're not gonna go back to an iPhone 3. Okay? And I'm not saying
so
anything.
mean.
I love Liza. I love that actress, Orange is the New Black. She's amazing, and it would be
You are
great.
T-Mobile.
You know,
T-Mobile.
but I mean, you're not going to go back to the original model. And then the other thing is I think Michael is probably projecting. He wants to see a cat fight because I think Liza's the situation between Liza and Madison. My prediction is they're going to get close. I think they're going to bond and pretty much replicate kind of a similar relationship as Andrea and Michonne from The Walking Dead. I think they're going to actually get closer and work together. I don't think it's going to be like a cat fight like Michael and everybody else wants. This ain't Real Housewives. This is Walking Dead. This is Fear the Walking Dead. So
which is close enough to what actually the Real Housewives is. So, all right, guys. Well, that concludes it for our predictions. Make sure to keep the conversation going all week long. Tweet us at FearTWDAS. Make sure to check out our friends at undeadwalking.com. They've got lots more predictions and character stories over there. And we want to hear from you guys. What do you think is going to happen next week? If you have a prediction for us, tweet it at us. We want to know. We want you guys to predict it just as much as us. And you'll probably be better than I will. Not better than Sue, but maybe better than me.
definitely better than him.
All right, thanks, guys. Hey, guys. For more of the Fear the Walking Dead after show, make sure you hit that button.
And subscribe to thestream.tv.